An hour with thee, O Walter Scott, an hour with thee, an earliest day, tables of gold, the eastern grey. Or what can frame a mind to bear the toil and turmoil, cark and care, new griefs, which coming hours unfold, and sad remembrance of the old. 1 hour with thee, 1 hour with thee, when burning June waves his red flag at pitch of noon. What should repay the faithful swain as labour on the sultry plain? And more than cave for sheltering bough, cool feverish blood and throbbing brow. 1 hour with thee, 1 hour with thee, when sun is set. Or what can teach me to forget the thankless labours of the day, the hopes, the wishes flung away, the increasing wants and lessening gains, the master's pride, who scorns my pains? 1 hour with thee.
Answer by Walter Scott. Sound, sound the clarion, fell the fife, to all the centre of the world proclaim, one crowded hour of glorious life, as worth an age without a name.
As the Lords the labourers hire delay, by Walter Scott. As Lords the labourers hire delay, that quits the 12 hopes to come, which, if far short of present pay, still ounce a debt and names a sum. Quit not the pledge, frail sufferer, when, all for distant date be given, despair is treason towards man, blasphemy to heaven. Bonaparte, by Walter Scott. From a rude isle has o'er the lineage come, with spark, and from a suburb hovels half a scanding, wrap some capital in flame, of not a meaner or more sordid birth. And for the soul that bade and waste the earth, the sable land flood from some swamp obscure, and poisons the glad husband field with dearth, where destruction bids its fame endure, half not the source more sullen, stagnant, and impure. Before that leader strode a shadowy form, her limbs like mist, a talk like Mephier shoot, with which she beckoned him through fight and storm. All are crushed that they crossed his desperate road, nor fought, nor feared, nor looked on what he trod. Realms could not glut his pride, blood not slake, saw a hair shock he torch abroad, and was ambition baked, his terrors wake, ordained she as of yore a mightier form to take. No longer now she spurned at menial wrench, or stayed a hand for conquered freemen's moan, as when the fates of age roam to change, by Caesar's side she crossed the Rubicon. Nor joyed she to bestow the spoil she won, as when the band powers of Greek were tasked to war benefit the youth of Macedon. Nor seemed well a modern minion ask, he saw a hideous face and laughed with yet unmasked. That prelate marked his march, when as blazed, the battles won in many a distant land. Eagle standards and on arms he gazed, and hopes to win, he said, the power shall stand. Thou hast builded in the shifting sand, thou hast tempered it with slaughter's flood, and now felt scourged in the Almighty's hand. Gore-moistened trees shall perish in the bud, and by a bloody death shall die the man of blood. A ruthless leader beckoned from his trail a worn paternal spade, and bade him kneel, and pale his temples with a crown of Spain, while trumpets rang and heralds cried, Castile. Not that he loved him, no, and no man's wheels scarcely his own, adjoyed with sullen heart. Yet round the throne he bade his warriors wheel, and if poor Bonaparte might perform his part, and be a sceptre slave, at his stern back to start. Border Ballad, by Walter Scott. March, march, Ettrick and Teviotdale, while the dale dinner ye march forward in order. March, march, Escadale and Liddesdale, all the bonnets are bound for the border. Many a banner spread flutters above your head, many a crest that is famous in story, Mon Mackrimmon, when the sons of Mountain Glen fight for the Queen and our old Scotch glory. Come from the hills where your hurdles are grazing, come from the glen of the buck and the roe, come to the crag where the beacon is blazing, come with the buckler, the lance and the bow. Trumpets are sounding, war steeds are bounding, stand to your arms when in marching good order. English for many a day tell of a bloody fray, where blue bonnets came over the border. Breaths were the man, by Walter Scott. Breaths of a man with soul so dead, who never to himself hath said, This is my own, my native land. Whose heart of ne'er within him burned, as home his footsteps he hath turned, from wandering on a foreign strand. As such their breath go, mark him well, for him no minstrel rapture swell. High thoughts, his titles, proud as a name, boundless as wealth as a wish can claim. Despite those titles, power and pelf, wretch, consecrated all in self, living shall for the fate fair renown, and doubly dying shall go down the wild dust from whence he sprung, unwept, unhonoured, and unsung. Christmas, by Walter Scott. Where glowing censers and their rich perfume, with splendid vestments and with sounding choir, where gentle sighs of soul subduing pet high, the arms which open-hearted charity bestows with kindly glance on those which e'en stern avarice, while with unwilling hand seems forcer to tender an offspring sweet to the bright throne of mercy, mark this day of festival. And willow Christian sighs of old, laughing the year its course had rolled, and brought black Christmas back again, with all its hospitable train. Domestic and religious rite gave honour to the holy night. On Christmas Eve the bells were rung, on Christmas Eve the mass was sung. The only night in all the year saw the stout priest with chalice rear. The damsel doomed to kirtle sheen, the Hora's dressed with holy green, and out in wide the barons hall to vessel tenants serve and all. Power lighted the rod of rule aside, and its seminary doved his pride, and hailed with uncontrolled delight. And general voice the heavy night, heard to the cottage as the crown, brought tidings of salvation down. Claud Halcro song, the water's god. Farewell to North Mervyn, grey hills wick farewell. The storms on thy haven, the storms on thy fell. To each breeze that can lay the mood of the main, the wee bonny Mary, we meet not again. Farewell the wild fairy which Haken could brave, a peaks of a scale, a wide and the wave. Where's a maid may look over these wild waves in vain, of a skiff of a lover who comes not again. Woes thou hast broke, on the wild currents fling them, and the quicksand and rock let the mermaiden sing them. New sweetness will give the bewildering strain, whereas one who will never believe them again. Were there an island, or ever so wild, no one could smile, man be beguiled, tempest a snare, to poor mortals were given, the hope would fix there, it should anchor in heaven. Cleveland, Lyke, wake, Dirge, but what has got? 'Tis a night, every night and early, fire and sleeping candlelight, and Christi receive thy soul. Woe from hence away are past, every night and early, to win the moor thou comest at last, and Christi receive thy soul. If ever thou gavest hosen and shoon, every night and early, sit thee down and pull them on, and Christ receive thy soul. If hosen and shoon thou e'er gavest nen, every night and early, wind shall prick thee to the bare bane, and Christi receive thy soul. When the movement thou mayst pass every night and all, rigs or dread thou comest at last, and Christ receive thy soul. The brick or dread when thou mayst pass every night and all, to purge till fire thou comest at last, and Christ receive thy soul. If ever thou gavest meat or drink every night and early, the fire shall never make thee shrink, and Christ receive thy soul. If meat or drink thou never gavest nen, every night and early, I will burn thee to the bare bane, and Christ receive thy soul. This a night, every night and early, fine sleeting candlelight, and Christ receive thy soul. Cleveland song, the water's god. Farewell, farewell, the voice you hear has left its last of tone with you. Its next must join the seaward cheer, and shout among the shouting crew. The accents which a scare could form, beneath your frown's controlling cheek, a skillful word above the storm to cut the mast and cleave the rig. With eye dared not chase, the hand which Jock pressed to wine, must point the guns upon the chase, must bid the deadly cutlass shine. To all a laugh, or hope, or fear, honour or own along at you, of life had soft and dear, farewell, safe memory of you. Coronach, the water's god. He's gone on the mountain, he is lost to the forest, like a summer dried fountain, and our need was the sword. The fond reappearing of the raindrops shall bore, but to us comes no cheering to Duncan or morrow. The hand of a reaper takes the years with a hoy, but the voice of a weeper with men of the glow. The autumn winds rushing with the leaves that are searest, but our flavour was in flushing when blithest was nearest. Fleet foot and the courage, sage counsel and cumber, red hand in the firehouse sound is Westland. Like him the dew on the mountain, like the foam on the river, like the bubble on the fountain, forward gone and forever. County Guy, the water's god. A county guy the hour is nigh, the sun has left the lee. The orange flower perfumes the bower, the breeze is on the sea. The lark is lay or field all day, sits hushed his partner nigh. Breeze, bird and flower confess the hour, that there's county guy. The village maid steals through the shade, a shepherd's hoot to hear. The beauty shy where let his eye sings high-born cavalier. A star of love, what stars above, from the rains of earth and sky, and high and low the influence know, but where is county guy? Datur, Hora, Quieti, by water's god. The sun upon the lake is low, the wild birds hush their song. Veils of evening's deepest glow, your Leona tarries long. Now all whom their toil and care from home and love divide, the calm sunset may repair each to the loved one's side. The noble dame on turret high awaits a gallant knight, looks to western beam to spy the flash of armour bright. A village maid with hand on brow, for level ray to shade, only the footpath watches snow for Colin's darkening plate. No to the maids the wild swans row, by dayways warm part, to the thicket wanders slow, the hint beside the heart. Woodlark at his partner's side, withers his closing song, all meet whom they in care divide, Leonard tarries long. Death Chant by Walter Scott. Viewless essence, thin and bare, will now melted into the air, still the fondness hovering near the earthly form where once didst whir, pause upon the pinion's flight, with a course to left or right, if doomed to soar or sink, pause upon the awful brink. To avenge the deed expelling the untimely from thy dwelling, mystic force for should retain our brain. A form thou shalt espy that darkened on the closing eye, and a footstep thou shalt hear that thrilled upon thy dying ear. When strange sympathy shall wake, the flesh shall thrill, the nerves shall quake, the bones renew their clotted flood, and every drop cry blood for blood. Eleu Loro by Walter Scott. Where shall the lover rest, whom the fates ever from his true maiden's breast parted for ever? Where, through groves deep and high, sounds the far billow, where early violets die under the willow, Eleu Loro soft shall be his pillow. Where through the summer day cool streams are laving, where, while the tempests sway, scarce boughs waving, where the rest shalt thou take parted for ever, never again to wake, never, oh never, Eleu Loro, never, oh never. Where shall the traitor rest, he the deceiver, a good-win maiden's breast ruin and leave her? The lost battle borne down by the flying, the mingled wars rattled with groans of the dying, Eleu Loro, ere shall he be lying. A wing shall the eagle flip o'er the false-hearted, as warm blood the wolf shall lap alive be parted. Shame and dishonour sit by his grave for ever, blessing shall hollow it never, oh never, Eleu Loro, ne'er, oh never. Elspeth's Ballad by Walter Scott. The herring loves the merry moonlight, the mecker loves the wind, and the oyster loves the dredging sang, for the come of a gentle kind. Now hold your tongue, make wife and carl, and listen great and small, I would sing of Glenelg's Earl, and Fodder and Red Harlow. The Coronachs cried on Belledy, and down the Don and Ar, and Heeland and Lowland may mournful be for the sere field of Harlow. They saddled 100 milk-white steeds, they habritted 100 black, the traffic of steel on each horse's head, and a good knight upon his back. They had na riding a mile, but barely 10, and all came branking down the bra at 20,000 men. At hardness they were waving wide, the glaves were glancing clear, the fibrous rang frae side to side, or even ear to hear. Their great earl in his stirrup stood, that Highland house to see. Now here a knight, that stout and good, may prove with jeopardy. Wouldst thou do, my squire so gay, that rides beside my rein? Ye gallants all the day, and I will run at chain. To turn the rein with sin and shame, to fight the wondrous prail, what would ye do, Roland Shane, were ye gallants earl? Why, Glenelg's Earl this tide, and ye were Roland Shane, the spear should be in my horse's side, and the bridle upon his mane. If I had 20,000 blades, and we twice 10 times 10, yet the harp, but that harpen plates, we are all mail-clad men. My horse shall ride through ranks sae rue, as through the moorland fen, and let the gentle Norman blood go cold for Highland kern. He turned him right and round again, said, Scorn I at my mither, let love's the may get more than nae, but many ne'er never. Farewell to the Muse by Walter Scott. Enchantress, farewell, so oft hast decoyed me, at the close of evening through woodlands to roam, where the forester, late at the wonder espied me, explore wild scenes he was quitting for home. Farewell, and take with thee thy numbers, while speaking the language alternate rapture and woe. O none but some lover, whose heartstrings are breaking, the pang that I feel at our parting can know. Each joy thou couldst double, and when there came sorrow, a pale disappointment to darken my way. A voice was like wine that could sing of tomorrow, forgotten the strain was the grief of today. And friends stop around us, and lies with warning the grief, queen of numbers, or cancels the sunge. And the greater estrangement of those yet remaining, the languor of pain and the genius of age. This woe that once taught me accents bewailing, to sing how warrior lay stretched on the plain, the man hung o'er him with aid unavailing, and held to his lips a cold goblet in vain. His vain were enchantments, a queen of wild numbers, to bard in the reign of his fancy's hour, and to pulse of feeling and apathy slumbers. Farewell, then, enchantress, and meet we no more. For a vet and a vet, by Walter Scott. A right be I've put down by strength, as mony a day we solve it, for true and layful course at length shall be the grief for a vet and a vet. Guns, guillotines, and a vet, a fleur-de-lis that lost their right, as queen again for a vet. With Twyneham a friendly nod, with England's rose and a vet, the Shamrock shall not be forgot, for Wellington made bravet. The thistle, though her leaf be rude, yet faithful know his covert, sheltered in her solitude, the fleur-de-lis for a vet. The Austrian wine, the Prussian pine, the blood shall sake her rapid, the Spanish olive too shall join and bloom apace for a vet. Still Russia's hems are surely twinned around our ref, we draw it, and he that would the cord unbind shall have it for his gravet. If to chocks a pure sod, your pity's gone to froward, the devil's ever be his lot, he may sit and claw it. In spite of slight, in spite of might, in spite of breaks and a vet, but that's what battled for the right, one of the day and a vet. Here's a bit spot they had forgot, a cut a mavic of it. A coward plot the red's head got, a father's flag gnaw it. Now see it fly top gallant high, Atlantic winds shall blow it, Anki alone, beware your crown, with games in hand to claw it. For on the land or on the sea, if the breezes blow it, which flag shall be of agree of the day for a vet. Funeral Hymn by Walter Scott. Dust unto dust, to whiz all must, the tenant half resigned, faded from two ways and warm corruption claims a kind. Through paths unknown, by soul have flown, the secret realms of woe, the fiery pain shall purge the stain of actions done below. And that sad place, by Mary's grace, brief may thy dwelling be, till prayers and hymns and holy psalms shall set the captive free. Harp of the North, farewell, by Walter Scott. Harp of the North, farewell, where hills grow dark, on purple peaks or deeper shade descending, and twilight copse the glow-warm lights of sparks, where deer have seen, unto the covered winding, resume the wizard elm, the fountain lending, and the wild breeze, wilder minstrelsy. When number sweet of nature's whispers blending, with distant echo from the fold and lea, the herd boy's evening pipe and hum of housing bee. Yet once again farewell, for minstrel harper, yet once again forgive my feeble sway, that wreck I of a censer sharp, my idle cavil at an idle lay. My jiffer owned by strains on life's long way, through secret woes the world has never known, and on the very night dawned weary day, and bitter was the grief to ward alone. But I o'erlive such woes enchantress as my own. Hark as my lingering footsteps slow retire, some spirit of the air has waked my string. This now a serve of bolt with touch of fire, as of the brush of fairy's frolic wing. Rescending now, the dying numbers ring, faint and fainter down the Jock dale, and of a mountain breezes gurgly bring a wandering witch not of a distant spell, and now 'tis silent all, enchantress, fare we well. Hellvellyn by Walter Scott. I climbed the dark brow of the mighty Hellvellyn, lakes and mountains beneath me gleamed misty and white. All was still, save by fits when Vigil was yelling, and starting round me the echoes replied. On the right, the striding edge round the red tarn was bending, and cottage camps its left verge was defending, and huge nameless rock in the front was as kindling, where marked the set spot that the wanderer had died. Dark green was that spot with the brown mountain heather, and the pilgrim of nature lay stretched in decay, like the corpse of an outcast abandoned to weather till the mountain winds wasted their tendrils clay. And yet quite deserted, for lonely extended, for faithful and deaf, his mute favourite attended, the much-loved remains of a master defended, and chased the hill-fox and the raven away. Long didst thou think that his silence was slumber, the wind waved his garment, how oft didst thou start, or many long days and long weeks didst thou number, and faded before thee, the friend of a heart. Or was it meet that now Requiem read o'er him, mother to weep, and our friend to deplore him, and thou little guardian, outstretched before him, honoured pilgrim from life should depart? And the prince to the fate of the pageant has yielded, the tapestry waves dark round the dim-lighted hall, escutcheons of silver the coffin is shielded, and pages stand mute by the canopied pole. With the courts, at deep midnight the torches are gleaming, and the proudly arched chapel the banners are beaming. Far down the long aisle sacred music is streaming, lamenting a chief of the people should fall. But meet for thee, gentle lover of nature, to lay down the head like the meek mountain lamb, and will that he drops from some cliff huge in stature, and roses last up by the side of his dam. And more stately thy couch, by his desert lake lying, more obsequies sung by the grey plover flying, with one faithful friend but a witness thy dying in the arms of Hellvellyn and catched care. Here's a health to King Charles, by Walter Scott. Bring the bowl which you boast, fill it up to the brim. 'Tis to him we love most, and to all who love him, Brave gallants stand up in the one-year-based Charles, where by death in the cup here's a health to King Charles. For he wanders through dangers, unaided, unknown, dependent on strangers, estranged from his own. Though 'tis under our breath, amidst forfeits and perils, here's the honour and fate, and the health to King Charles. Let such honour abound as the time can afford, the knee on the ground and the hand on a sword. When time shall come round, when mid lords, dukes, and earls, the loud trumpet shall sound, here's a health to King Charles. Hunting Song by Walter Scott. Waken, lords and ladies gay, on the mountain dawns the day. All the jolly chasers here, with hawk and horse and hunting spear. Hounds are in the couples yelling, hawks are whistling, horns are kneeling. Merrily, merrily mingle they, waken, lords and ladies gay. Waken, lords and ladies gay, the mist has left the mountain grey. Sprinkles in the dawn are steaming, diamonds on the break are gleaming. And foresters have busy been to track the buck and thicket green. Now we come to chant our lay, waken, lords and ladies gay. Waken, lords and ladies gay, to the greenwood haste away. We can show you where he lies, fleet of foot and tall of size. We can show the marks he made when gainst the oak his antlers frayed. You shall see him brought to bay, waken, lords and ladies gay. Louder, louder chant the lay, waken, lords and ladies gay. Tell them youth and mirth and glee in the course as well as we. Times and huntsmen who can bark, staunch as hound and fleet as hawk. Think of this and rise with day, gentle lords and ladies gay. It was an English lady bride, by Walter Scott. It was an English lady bride, the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, and she would marry a Scottish knight, for love will still be lord of all. Blithely they saw the rising sun, when he shone fair on Carlisle wall. But they were sad that day was done, for love was still the lord of all. A sire gave brooch and jewel fine, where the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall. A brother gave but a flask of wine, for aye that love was the lord of all. For she had lands both meadow and lea, where the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, and he saw by death, ere he would see a Scottish knight, the lord of all. That wine she had not tasted well, the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, when dead in her true love's arms she fell, for love was still the lord of all. He pierced the brother to the heart, where the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, so perish all would true love part, but love may still be lord of all. And when he took the crusty wine, where the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, and died forsaken Palestine, so love was still the lord of all. Now all ye lovers, with faithful proof, the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, pray for their souls who died for love shall still be lord of all. Jock of Hazeldean, by Walter Scott. Weep ye by the tide, Ladye, weep ye by the tide. Wed ye to my youngest son, and ye shall be his bride. And ye shall be his bride, Ladye, sae comely to be seen. I shall lot the tears of fall for Jock of Hazeldean. Let this wilful grief be done, and dry the cheeks so pale. Young Frank's chief of Redington, and lord of Langley de Lee. Step his first and peaceful heart, sword and battle keen. I shall loot the tears down far for Jock of Hazeldean. A chain of gold you shall not lack, no braid to bind your hair. No melted owl, no managed hawk, no palfrey fresh and fair, and you foremost over mar shall ride our forest queen. I shall lot the tears down far for Jock of Hazeldean. The kirk was decked at morning tide with tapers glimmered fair. A priest and bridegroom wait the bride, and dame and knight are there. I saw the babe with bow and har, a lady was not seen, of board and with Jock of Hazeldean. Lochinvar by Walter Scott. O young Lochinvar has come out of the west, through the wide border his steed was the best. And save his good broadsword, he weapons had none. He rode all unarmed, and he rode all alone. So faithful in love and so dauntless in war, and ever was a knight like the young Lochinvar. He stayed not for breaking, he stopped not for stone. He swam the Esk river, where ford there was none. He alighted it never by gate. A bride had consented, the gallant came late. For laggard in love and death in the war was the weather for Ellen of brave Lochinvar. So boldly ended the never by hall, among bride's men and kinsmen, brothers and all, and spoke his bride's father, his hand on his sword, for poor craven bridegrooms a word. Or come ye in peace, or come ye in war, or to dance at our bridal, young Lord Lochinvar? Along with your daughter, my suit you denied, love swells like the Solway, but ebbs like its tide. I am come with this last love of mine, to lead but one measure, drink one cup of wine. The maidens in Scotland more lovely by far, I would gladly be bride of a young Lochinvar. The bride kissed the goblet, the knight took it up, he quaffed of the wine, and he threw down the cup. She looked down to blush, and she looked up to sigh, with smiling lips and a tear in her eye. He took a soft hand her mother could bear. Treat me a measure, said young Lochinvar. so stately his form, and so lovely a face, and a hall full of gaily did grace. And the mother did fret, and the father did fume, and the bridegroom stood dangling his bonnet and plum. Bright maidens whispered, "'Twere better by far to have matched her fair cousin with young Lochinvar." One touched her hand and one word in her ear, and it reached the holder, and the charger stood near. So light to the crop of fair lady he swung, so light to the saddle before her he sprung. "She's won, we are gone over bank, bush, and score, and her fleet steeds that follow," quoth young Lochinvar. There was mounting Mackrimmons of the Neverbury clan, Forsters, Fenwicks, and Musgraves, we rode and we ran. I was racing and chasing Canopy Lee, and the lost pride of Neverbury ne'er did they see. So dang in love, and so dauntless in war, have I e'er heard of gallant like young Lochinvar. Love, by Walter Scott. In peace love tunes the shepherds reed, in war he mounts a warrior's steed. In halls and gay attire is seen, Hambles dances on the green. Love rules the court, the camp, the grove, and men below and saints above, for love is heaven and heaven is love. Lucy Ashton's Song, by Walter Scott. Look not thou on beauty's charming, sit thou still when nights are arming. Taste not when the wine cup glistens, speak not when the people listens. Stop thy knee against the singer, from the red cold keep the finger. Vacant heart and hand and eye, easy live and quiet die. Lullaby on an Infant Chief, by Walter Scott. Hush-thee, my baby, I say I was denied, the mother lady, both lovely and bright. The woods and the glens and the towers which we see, all belong, dear baby, to me. Ahoro iriri kadulgulo, ahoro iriri kadulgulo. Oh, fear not the bugle, for loud it blows, accords but the waters that guard thy repose. The bows would be bended, the blades would be red, the step of a fountain drew near to thy bed. Ahoro iriri kadulgulo, ahoro iriri kadulgulo. Oh, hush thee, my baby, the time soon will come, and sleep shall be broken by trumpet and drum. Hush thee, my darling, take rest while you may, strife comes with man and waking by day. Ahoro iriri kadulgulo, ahoro iriri kadulgulo. Macgregor's Gathering, by Walter Scott. The moon's on the lake and the mists on the bran, the clan has a name that is nameless by day. The Geva, Geva, Geva Gigalach, Geva, Geva, Geva Gigalach. I was singing the fight that the monarchs withdrew, as they heard by the night our vengeful halloo. A halloo, Gigalach, halloo, Gigalach, halloo, 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 Gigalach. And all his broad mountains, Galachium on the towers, glanced and glen longer hours. The land is Gigalach, land is Gigalach. But doomed and devoured by vessel and lord, a Caracca has still both his heart and his sword. And courage, 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 Gigalach, courage, 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 Gigalach. The robbers of name pursuers of beagles, give a roost to fled in the flesh to the eagles. And vengeance, 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 Gigalach, vengeance, 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 Gigalach. If it sleeps in the forest and foam on the river, Macgregor, despite him, shall flourish forever. Come then, Gigalach, come then, Gigalach, come then, come then, come then, Gigalach. The depths of Loch Katrine, the steed shall career, of a peak of Ben Lomond the galley shall steer. The rocks of Craig Royston like icicles melt, our wrongs be forgot or our vengeance unfailed. And Geva, 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 Gigalach, Geva, 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 Gigalach. Mackrimmon's Lament, by Walter Scott. MacLeod's wizard flag from the great castle sallies, the rover are seated, moored at the galleys. Clean war axe and broadsword, clean target and quiver, as Mackrimmon sings, well to the Dunwing forever. Farewell to each cliff on which breakers are foaming, farewell each dark glen in which rare deer are roaming. Claud may return, but Mackrimmon shall never. Farewell the bright clouds that on Quillan are sleeping, farewell the bright eyes and the dun that are weeping. To each minstrel delusion, farewell, for ever Mackrimmon departs, to return to you never. The banshee's white voice sings the death dirge before me, the pale of the dead for mantlings o'er me. My heart shall not flake, my nerve shall not quiver, for devoted they go to return again never. Too oft shall the notes Mackrimmon's bewailing be heard from the gale on their axle are sailing. Dear land, the shores whence unwilling we sever, return, return, return shall we never. Chatil, 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 sintuli, chatil, 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 sintuli, chatil, 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 sintuli, Gaeltilis Macleod, chatil, Mackrimmon. Major Bellenden's Song, by Walter Scott. What, the winter will pinch severe, for locks of grey and the cloak that's old, and keep up the heart, old cavalier, for poor cup of sake shall fence the cold. For time will rust the brightest blade, and the years to break the strongest bow, was ever white so starkly made, but time and years for the overthrow. March, march, Ettrick and Teviotdale. the water is good. March, march, Ettrick and Teviotdale, while the deal dinner ye march forward in the order. March, march, Eskdale and Liddesdale, of the born is a bound border. Many a banner spread, flutters above your head, many a crest that is famous in story. Mounted Mackrimmon, sons of a mountain glen, fight for the queen in our old Scottish glory. Come from the hills where your horses are grazing, come from the glen of the buck and the roe. Come to the crag where the beacon is blazing, come with the buckler, the lance and the bow. Trumpets are sounding, war steeds are bounding, stand to your arms then and march in good order. English shall many day tell of a bloody fray, how the Browns came over the border. March of the monks of Bangor, but what has got? And the heaven trumpets clang, John Bulaga Chester rang, Weltnan and Friar Grey marched from Bangor's Freya Bay. High the holy anthem sounds, castrates wail the hymn rebounds, floating down the sylvan Dee, a misery domini. On the long procession goes, glory round where crosses close, and the Virgin Mother mild and the peaceful banner smiled. Who could think such a saintly band doomed to feel an hollowed hand? Such was the divine decree, O misery domini. Bands that masses only sung, hands that censers only swung, met the north from bow and bill, heard the war cry, wild and shrill. Woe to Brookmel's feeble hand, woe to Alfred's bloody brand, woe to Saxon cruelty, O misery domini. Weltering amid warriors slain, spurned by steeds with bloody mane, slaughtered down by heathen blade, Bangor's peaceful monks are laid. Word of parting, rest and spoke, mass unsung and bread unbroke. O soul for charity, O misery domine, Bangor, the murder wail, long the ruins told the tale, shattered house and broken ark, long recalled the woeful march. On the shrine of tapers burn, never shall the priests return. Pilgrim sighs and sings for me, O misery domine. My native land, where waters got, breathes where the man with soul so dead, who never to himself have said, this is my own, my native land. Whose heart I've near the fin and burned, as home his footsteps ye have turned, from wandering on a foreign strand. As such their brief, go, mark him well, for him no minstrel rapture swell, high o'er his titles, proud his name, boundless his wealth as wish can claim. Despite those titles, power and pelf, rich, concentrated all in self, living shall for fate fair renown, and doubly dying shall go down to the wild dust from whence he sprung, unwrapped, unhonored, and unsung. Nora's woe the waters got. Hear what Highland Nora said, the early son I will not wed, shall all the race of nature die, and none be left but he and I. For all the gold, for all the gear, all the lands both far and near, ever Vale I lost the one, I would not wed the early son. A maiden's voice, O column spoke, a lightly made and lightly broke, have on the mountain's height it begins to bloom in purple light. A frost wind soon should sweep away the lust so deep with glen and brae, yet nor, ere bloom be gone, may blithely wed the early sun. The swan, she said, the lake's clear breast, may barter for the eagle's nest, the yours fierce stream may backward turn, when curtains fall and crutched children. Our kilted clans, when blood is high, before their foes must turn and fly, but I, where all these marvels done, would never wed the early sun. Still in the water lily's shade, her wonted nest the wild swan made, Ben Russian stands as fast as ever, sail down with home's Vior's fierce river. To shun the clash of foam and steel, the Highland brow has turned the heel, nor his heart is lost and won, she's wedded to the early sun. On Ettrick forest's mountains done, the water's got. On Ettrick forest's mountains done, they spliff to heave a sportman's gun, and seek the heath frequenting brood, far through the noonday solitude. But many a cairn entrenched moat, where chiefs of yore sleep lone and sound, and springs the grey-haired shepherds tell, that still the fairies love to dwell. Along the silver streams of Tweed, they split the mimic fly to lead, to the hook the salmon springs, and the line whistles for the rings. The whirling eddies see him try, dashing from the current high, watchful eye and cautious hand, and with his wasted strength to land. It is spliff along the midnight tide, a stalwart arm the bow to guide, on high the dazzling blaze to rear, and heedful plunge the barbed spear. Rock, wood, and score merging bright, flying on the stream with ruddy light, for Bangor band appears like Genny, armed with fiery spears. It is spliff at eve to tell the tale, how we succeed and how we fail, whether that ends a lordly meal, or loud a board of every steel. Where the gay tapers cheerly shine, big as the fire and fuse the wine. Days free from thought, nights from care, blessing on the forest fair. On leaving Mrs. Brown's lodgings, the water's got, So goodbye, Mrs. Brown, I'm going out of town, of a dale of a down, where bugs bite not, where lodgers fight not, where below your chairmen drink not, where beside your gutters stink not, all is fresh and clean and gay, and where lambkins sport and play, and the toss of rakes and commonly short hay, which looks as if it had been sown only the other day. Where oats at 25 shillings a boil, they say, all's one for wits, I must and will obey. On Tweed River, by water Scott, merrily swim we the moon shines bright, both cow and ripple are dancing in light. We have roused the night raven, I heard him croak, as he plashed along beneath the oak, that flings its broad branches so far and so wide, just dancing in the midst of a tide. Awakes my nestlings, the raven, he said, a beak shall the morn in his blood be red. For blue swollen corpse as a dainty meal, ere I have my share of the pike and the ear. Merrily swim the moon shines bright, there's a golden gleam on the distant height. There's a silver shadow on the alder's dank, and the dropping willows that wave on the bank. I see the abbey, both tower and tower, it is all astir for a whisper hour. The monks of the chapel are leaving each cell, wherever Father Philip should toll the bell. Merrily swim the moon shines bright, down with the drift, shadow and light. Under yon rock the eddies sleep, calm and silent, dark and deep. The Capley has risen from the fathomless pool, he hath lighted his candle of death and of dool. Look, father, look, and you, I love to see how he gapes in the glass with his eyes on thee. Good luck to your fishing, who watch ye tonight, a man of mean or a man of might? Is it layman or priest that must float in your cove, or lover who crosses to visit his love? Hark! Heard ye the Capley reply as we passed? God's blessing on the water, he locked the bridge fast. All that come to my cove are sunk, priest or layman, lover or monk. Landed, the black book have won. Else had you seen Berwick with morning sight. Sain ye and safe ye, and bliv what ye be, for seldom the land that goes swimming with me. Rebecca's hymn, by Walter Scott. When Israel, of the Lord beloved, out from the land of bondage came, a father's God before her moved, an awful guide in smoke and flame. By day, along the astonished lands, the cloudy pillar glided slow. By night, Arabia's crimson sands returned the fiery columns' glow. There rose the choral hymn of praise, and trumpet timbrel answered keen, and Zion's daughters proud the lace, with priest and warrior's voice between. The portents know our foes amaze, forsaking Israel wonders lone. Our fathers would not know their ways, and wars left them to their own. A presence still, though now unseen, brightly shines the prosperous day, before its severe cloudy screen to temper the deceitful ray. Oh, when gathers on our path, and shade and storm the frequent night, we vow long-suffering slow to wrath, a burning and shining light. A harp we left by Babel's streams, returns just with gentle scorn, the censer round our alphas beams, and mute a timbrel, harp and horn. And though I said, the blood of gold, flesh of rams I will not prize, a contrite heart, a humble thought, a mind accepted sacrifice. Romance of the Noise, by Walter Scott. It was the Noise, the young and brave, who was born for Palestine, but first he made his origins before St. Mary's shrine. And grant, immortal Queen of Heaven, who still the soldier's prayer, I may prove the bravest knight and lover fairest fair. As oath of honor on the shrine he craved with a sword, or followed to the Holy Land the banner of his Lord, where, faithful to his noble bow, its war cry filled the air. We honored I the bravest knight, beloved the fairest fair. Vowed the conquest to his arm, and when his Lord said, the heart that has for honor beat, by bliss must be repaid. My daughter Isabel and thou shall be a wedded pair, thou art bravest of the brave, she fairest of the fair. And we bound the holy knot before St. Mary's shrine, makes a paradise on earth, if hearts and hands combine. Every lord and lady, bride, although and shepherd there cried, honor be the bravest knight, beloved the fairest fair. Rosabella, by Walter Scott. Oh listen, listen, ladies gay, no haughty feet of arms I tell. Soft is the note and sad the lay that mourns the lovely Rosabel. More the bard she gallant crew, and gentle lady deigned to stay. Rest ye in the castle Revenshill, nor tempt the stormy firth today. The blackening wave is edged with white, to ancient rock the sea mews fly, and fishers have heard the water's bride, who screams for both the wreck is nigh. Last night the gifted seared at view, a wet shot swaft round Lady Gay, when stay ye, fair in Ravenshoe, where cross the gloomy firth today. 'Tis not because Lord Lindsay's hair tonight it rose and leads the bowl, and that my lady mother there sits lonely in her castle hall. 'Tis not because the ring will ride, and Lindsay at the ring rides well, and that my sire the wine will chide, if 'tis not filled by Rosabel. A Roslyn all the dreary night, and one whose blaze was seen to gleam, was broader than the watch-fire's light, and redder than the bright moonbeam. At Glad and Rosen's castle rock, at Tradies over Copsewood glen, to seen from Dryden's groves of oak, and seen from carved Hofraden. Seemed all for fire where chapel proud, Rosen chiefs and coffin lie, each bairn for sabre shroud, sheathed in his iron panoply. Seemed all on fire within, around deep sacristy and altars pale, shone every pillar foliage bound, and glimmered all the dead man's mail. Blazed battlemen and pinned high, blazed every rose-carved buttress fair, but still they blaze when fate is nigh, the lordly line of high St. Clair. There are 20 of Roseland barons bowed, lie buried within the proud chapel, each one the holy vault doth hold, and the sea holds lovely Rosabel. And each St. Clair was buried where with candle, with book, and with knell, and the sea caves rung, and the wild winds sung, the dirge of lovely Rosabel. St. Claud, the water Scott, soft spread the southern summer night, her veil of darksome blue, 10,000 stars combined to light the terrace of St. Claud. The evening breezes gently sighed, like breath of lover true, bewailing the deserted pride and wreck of sweet St. Claud. A drum's roll was heard afar, a bugle wildly blew. Good night, O Hulan and Hussar, that garrisoned St. Claud. The startled naiads from the shade, with broken urns withdrew, and silence was the proud cascade, the glory of St. Claud. We sate upon its steeps of stone, nor could its silence rue, and waked to music of our own the echoes of St. Claud. Slow Seine might hear each lovely note, full light as summer dew, and through the moonless air they flowed prolonged from fair St. Claud. And sure, a melody more sweet his waters never knew, for music's self was wont to meet with princes at St. Claud. Nor when, with more delighted air, the circle round her drew, hours were gathered round to hear her songsters at St. Claud. Few happy hours poor mortals pass, and give us hours that you, and rank among the foremost class or evenings at St. Claud. Saxon War Song by Walter Scott. With the bright steel sons of the white dragon, kind of the talk daughter of Hengest. The steel glimmers not with the carving of a banquet, it is hard, broad, and sharply pointed. Talk goeth not to the bridal chamber, its stems and glitters blue with silver. Where the steel the raven croaks, light the talk, the Zernbok is yelling, where the steel sons of the dragon, kind of the talk daughter of Hengest. A black cloud is low over the fenced castle, the eagle screams, he rides on its bosom. Scream not, gay rider of a sable cloud, the banquet is prepared, the maidens of Valhalla look forth, race of Hengest will send them guests. Shake your black tresses, maidens of Valhalla, and strike your loud timbrels for joy. Many a haughty step bends to your halls, many a hemmed head. Dark sits the evening upon the fenced castle, the black clouds gather round. Soon shall they be red as the blood of the valiant, the destroyer of forests shall shake his red crest against them. He, the bright consumer of palaces, broad waves, he his blazing banner, red, white, and dusky, of the strife of the valiant. His joys in the clashing swords and broken bucklers, he loves to lick the hissing blood as it bursts warm from the wound. All must perish, with sword cleaveth the helmet, with strong armours pierced by the lace. Fiery roof, dwelling of princes, engines break down the fences of the battle. All must perish. The race of Hengest is gone, then with Hora is no more. Shrink not then from your doom, sons of the sword. At your blades drink blood like wine, feasting at the banquet of slaughter, by the light of the blazing halls. Strong be your swords while your blood is warm, and spare neither for pity nor fear. For vengeance hath but an hour, strong hate itself shall expire, I also must perish. Soldier, rest, a warfare hour. Walter Scott. Soldier, rest, a warfare hour, sleep a sleep that knows not breaking. Dream of battled fields, no more days of danger, nights of waking. Isles enchanted hall, hands unseen where couches strewing, fair strains of music fall, every sense of slumber dewing. Soldier, rest, the warfare hour, dream of fighting fields no more. Sleep that knows not breaking, morn of toil, no night of waking. No rude sound shall reach thine ear, armour's clang or war steed champing. Trump nor bib shall summon here, mustering clan or squadron tramping. The lark shrill fifth may come at the daybreak from the fallow, and the bittern sound is drum booming from the sedgy's shallow. Rather sound shall none be near, guards nor warders challenge here. Here's no war steeds nine champing, shouting clans or squadrons stamping. Huntsmen, rest, the chase is done, all those slumber spells as hail here. Dream not with the rising sun, buckets here should sound with wail. Sleep, the deer's in his den, sleep, the hounds are by thee lying. Sleep, not dream in yonder glen, how the gallant steed lay dying. Huntsmen, rest, the chase is done, think not of a rising sun, for a dawning to assail ye, hear no bugle sound with wail.
Soldier, wake, by water Scott. Soldier, wake with days peeping. Honor never was won and sleeping. Never when the sunbeam still lay unreflected on the hill. 'Tis when we are glinted back from axe and armor, spear and jack, where we promise future story, many a page of deathless glory. Shields that are the foeman's terror, ever are the morning's mirror. Up and up the morning beam, half called the rustic to his team, half called the flagner to the lake, half called the huntsman to the brake. The early student ponders over his dusty tomes of ancient lore. Soldier, wake, the harvest fame, the study, conquest of all the game. Shield that would be foeman's terror, still should gleam the morning's mirror. Poor hire repays the rustic pain, more paltry still the sportsman's gain. Vainest of all the student's theme and in gloom metaphysic dream. Yet each is up and each has toiled, since first the peep of dawn has smiled, and each is eager in his aim, when he who barters life for fame. Up, up, and arm thee, son of terror, be the bright shield, the morning's mirror.
Song of a glee maiden by water Scott. Yes, thou mayst sigh, and look once more at all around, at stream and bank and sky and ground. For life its final course has found, and thou must die. Yes, lay thee down, and while thy striking pulses flutter, with a tremongous soul must mutter, the deep bell its death tongue utter, for life is gone. Be not afraid, it's but a pang and then a thrill, a fever fit and then a chill, and then an end of human ill, thou art dead. Song of a Zetland Fisherman by Walter Scott. Farewell, merry maidens, to song and to laugh, O brave lads of Wester bound to the hearth. You must have labour and hunger and pain, if you dance with the maids of Dunrossness again. For now our trimboats of Norway deal, you must dance on the waves with porpoise and seal. A breeze that shall pipe, so pipe not too high, the gull your songstress where'er she flits by. Sing on, my brave bird, while we follow, like thee, the banks, shoal, and quicksand, the swarms of the sea. And 20 score fishes are straining our line. Sing louder, brave bird, for the spoil shall be thine. We'll sing while we bait, and we'll sing while we haul, with the deeps of the half have enough for us all. There's talks for the gentle and skate for the carl, and there's well for both Magnus, son of the earl. Uzam, brave comrades, give way for the half, should sooner come back to the dance and the laugh. For life without mirth is a lamp for the oil, than mirth and long life to the boat may destroy. Sound, sound the clarion, by Walter Scott. Sound, sound the clarion, fill the fifth. To all the sensual world proclaim, uncrowded hour of glorious life, as of an age without a name. Saint Swithin's Chair by Walter Scott. Hello, Mass Eve, I am born ye to rest. Beware that your couch be blessed. Signed with cross and sainted with bead, sing the eighth and say the creed. One hollow Mass Eve, and I hark the ride, all the fold sweeping on by his side. A wind sing lowly or low, sailing for moonshine was wafted from the cloud. There she sate in Saint Swithin's chair, the dew of the night has damped her hair. Her cheek was pale, but resolved and high was the word of her lip and the glance of her eye. She muttered the spell of Swithin bold, and his naked foot a trace from midnight wold. And he stopped for hark as she rode the night, where his scant and the promise plight. He would dare sit on Saint Swithin's chair, and the night hark winds the troubled air. Questions free, when he speaks the spell he may ask, and she must tell. Where has been with King Robert his lich, these 3 long years in battle and siege? News are there none of his weal or his woe, and fain the lady his fate would know. She shudders and stops as with charm she speaks. Is it the moody owl that shrieks? Or is it sound betwixt laugh and scream, the voice of the demon who haunts the stream? The moan of the wind sunk silent and low, and the roaring torrent had ceased to flow. The calm was more dreadful than raging storm, and the cold grey mist brought the ghastly form.
The Black Knight's Song by Walter Scott. Night in Wamba. There came 3 merry men from south, west, and north, every morn singing roundly, to win the widow of Wycombe forth. And where was the widow might say them nay. The first was a knight, and from Tyndale he came, every morn singing roundly. And his fathers, God save us, were men of great fame, and where was the widow might say him nay. Of his father the Larry, of his uncle the Squire, he boosted in rhyme and in roundly. She bade him go blesk by the sea-cold fire, for she who was the widow would say him nay. Wamba, the next that come forth, swore by blood and by nails, merrily sing and roundly. Here's the gentleman, God wot, and hers Lynch wars of Wales, and where was the widow might say him nay. Sir David Abe, Morgan Abe Griff, Abe Hugh, Abe Tudor, Abe Price, quoth his wonderly. She said that one widow for so many was too few, and she bade the Welshman wend his way. But when next came a yeoman of Kent, jollily singing his roundelay, he spoke to a widow of living and rent, and where was a widow could say him nay? Boof. So the knight and his queen were both left in the mire, wherefore to sing a roundelay, for yeoman of Kent with his yearly rent, where never was a widow could say him nay.
The Crusaders return, by Walter Scott. High deeds achieved of knightly fame, from Palestine where champion came. A cross upon his shoulders borne, battle and blast had dimmed and torn. Each dint upon his battered shield was token of a foughten field. And thus beneath his lady's bower he sung his velvet twilight hour. Joy to the fair, by night behold, returned from yonder land of gold. Where wealth he brings, nor wealth can need, save his good arms and battle's steed. His spurs we dash against the foe, as lance and sword to lay him low. Such all the trophies of his toil, such at the hope of Tecla's smile. Joy to the fair, whose constant night her favour fired to feasts of might. Unnoted should she not remain, when we to bride and noble train. Minstrel shall sing and herald tell, mark yonder maid of beauty well. 'Tis she for whose bright eyes were won the listed field of Ascalon. Note well her smile, it edged the blade, which 50 wives to widows made, and vain is strength on Mahound's spell, Iconom's turban sold and fell. Ceased for her locks, whose sunny glow half shows, half shades her neck of snow. Shines not of them one golden thread, but for its sake a Paynim bled. Joy to the fair, my name unknown, each dead and all its praise by known. For now under this churlish gate, the night you falls, the hour is late. Inured to Syria, glowing breath, I feel the north breeze chill as death. Let grateful love call maiden shame, and grant him bliss who brings thee fame. The day change, by Walter Scott. The sun upon the Beardlaw hill, and Ettrick's vale is sinking sweet. The westland wind is hushed and still, the lake lies sleeping at my feet. And not the landscape to mine eye bears those bright hues that once it bore, for evening the ridges die, flames over hills of Ettrick's shore. With listless look along the plain I see Tweed's silver current glide, and coldly mark the holy fane of Melrose rise in ruined pride. The quiet lake, the balmy air, the hill, the stream, the tower, the tree, are still such as once they were, or is the dread change in me? Alas, the warped and broken board, how can it be the painter's die? The harp of strain and tuneless chord, how to the minstrel's skill reply? To aching eyes each landscape lowers, to feverish pulse each gale blows chill, and Arbry's or Eden's bowers were barren as this moorland hill. The Lay of Poor Louise, by Walter Scott. Ah, poor Louise, the livelong day she roams from court to castle gay. Still a voice in the vials say, our maids be by the woodland way, think on Louise. A poor Louise, the sun was high, it smirched her cheek, it dimmed her eye. The woodland walk was cool and nigh, the birds of chiming streamlets flee to cheer Louise. A poor Louise, the savage bear, may e'er that lovely grove his lair. The wolves molest not paths so fair, but there fight such been there for poor Louise. A poor Louise, a woody wold, she met a huntsman fair and bold. His belt was of silk and gold, and many witching tale he told to poor Louise. A poor Louise, small cause to pine, hadst thou for treasures of the mine, for peace of mind with gift divine, and spotless innocence the wine. Poor Louise. Ah, poor Louise, the treasures reft, I know not if by force or theft, or part by violence, part by gift, but misery's all that's left of poor Louise. Let poor Louise succour have, she will not long your bounty crave. Much higher the gay, the warning stave, for heaven has grace, and earth a grave. Poor, poor Louise. The Maid of Napaf, by Walter Scott. A lover's eyes are sharp to see, and lover's ears and hearing, and love, life extremity can lend an hour of cheering. Disease had been in Mary's bower, and slow decay for morning. Though now she sits on Napaf's tower to watch her love's returning. All sunk in dim eyes so bright, her form decayed but pinning, that through a wasted hand at night you saw the taper shining. By fits the sultry hectic hue across her cheek was flying, by fits so ashly pale she grew, a maiden's thought her dying. At keenest power to see and hear seemed in her frame residing, before a watchdog pricked his ear she heard her lover's riding. A scarce distant form was keened, she knew and waved to greet him, our battle-men did bend as on a wing to meet him. He came, he passed, and heedless gaze our some stranger glancing, her welcome spoke in faltering phrase, lost in his coursers prancing. A castle ark, whose hollow tone returns each whisper spoken, could scarcely catch a feeble moan, which told her heart was broken.
The Maid of Toro, by Walter Scott. Oh, low shone the sun on the fair lake of Toro, and weak were the whispers that have the dark wood. All the fair maiden buried soul. Sorely sighed to the priest and wept to the flood. O saints, with mansions of bliss lowly bending, now grant my petition in anguish ascending. My Henry restore, or let Eleanor die. All distant and faint were the sound of a battle, where the breezes will rise, where the breezes will fail, till the shout and the groan and the conflict straight rattled, and the chaste wild clamour came loading the gale. Breathless she gazed on the woodlands so dreary, slowly approaching a warrior was seen. Life's ebbing tide marked his footsteps so weary, cleft was his helmet and woe was his mine. O save thee, fair maid, for our armies are flying, O save thee, fair maid, for the guardian is low. Deadly cold on yon heath the brave Henry is lying, scarce could he fought at the tiding of sorrow, and scarce could she hear them, benumbed with despair. And when the sun sank on the sweet lake of Toro, forever he said to the brave and the fair.
The Norman Horseshoe, by Walter Scott. Red glows of fortunes, tree wheels, bones, and hammers, and din and anvil sounds, armors with iron toil, but many a steed for battle's broil. Full the hand which bends the steel round the courser's thundering heel, shall din the sable boned on Ferg with Morgan's velvet ground. On Shepstown's towers at the dawn of morn was heard afar the bugle horn, and forth, in bended pomp and pride, stood Clare and Fury in the wild ride. They swore the banners broad should gleam in crimson light and ribbons stream. They vowed, carefully as such should feel the Norman charter's burning heel. And sooth they swore the sun arose, and ribbons wave of crimson glows. For Clare's red banner floating wide rode down the stream to Servant's tide. And sooth they vowed the trampled green showed where hot Neville's charge had been. At the sable hoof tramp stood a Norman horseman's curdling blood. Out Chepstow's brides may curse the toil, with arms stood Clare for Cambrian broil. Where orphans long the art may rue, for Neville's war-horse forged the shoe. No more the stamp of armed steed shall din Glamorgan's velvet meet, no trace beware in early spring, save of Harry's emerald ring. The Orphan Maid, by Walter Scott. November's hail cloud drifts away, November's sunbeam wan, looks coldly on the castle grey, when forth came the Lady Anne. The orphan by the oak was set, her arms and feet were bare, hail drops had not melted yet amid her raven hair. And dame, she said, all the ties the child and mother know, aid one who never knew his joys, will lift an orphan's woe. The lady said, an orphan's state is hard and sad to bear, it was a widowed mother's fate who mourns both lord and heir. 12 times the rolling years has sped, since when from vengeance wild of fierce Strahallan's chief have fled, forth eddies whelmed my child. 12 times the year's course has borne, a wandering maid replied, since fishers on St. Bridget's morn drew nets on Kempsey's seat. St. Bridget's sent no skipper spoiled, on infant well nigh dead, they saved and reared on want and toil to beg from you her bread. An orphan maid the lady kissed, my husband's looks your beer, St. Bridget in their morn be blessed, your eyes widow's hair. If robbed that maids are poor and pale, and silken sandals rare, and pearls for drops of frozen hail are glistening in her hair. The Outlaw, by Walter Scott. Our Prignell banks are wild and fair, and Greta woods are green. You may gather garlands there, would grace a summer queen. There out by Dalton Hall, beneath the turrets high, a maiden on the castle wall was singing merrily. Our Prignell banks are fresh and fair, and Greta woods are green. Drive a rove of Edmund there, and reign our English queen. If, maiden, what wouldst wend with me to leave both tower and town, or first must guess what life led we that dwelt by dale and down. For canst but little read, as read full well you may, when to the greenwood shalt thou speed, as blithe Queen of May. Yet sung she, Prignell banks are fair, and Greta woods are green, and drive a rove of Edmund there, and reign our English queen. I read you by your bugle horn, and by your palfrey good, I read you for a ranger's horn, to keep the king's green wood. A ranger, lady, winds his horn, and 'tis a peep of light, his blasts heard at merry morn, and mine at dead of night. Yet sung she here, Prignell banks are fair, Greta woods are gay, I would there were with Edmund there to reign as Queen of May. With burnished bran and musketon so gallantly you come, I read you for a bolden dragoon, that lists the tug of drum. I listen no more the tug of drum, no more the trumpet hear, and when the beetle sounds his hum, my comrades take the spear. Oh, but Prignell banks be fair, and Greta woods be gay, yet Michaelmas the maiden there would reign my Queen of May. Maiden, a nameless life I lead, a nameless death I'll die, if Fientus lantern lights will meet the better maid than I. When I with my comrades met, bent for greenwood bow, or once were we all forget, nor think what we are now. Yet Briggle banks are fresh and fair, and greener woods are green, and you may gather flowers fair that grace the summer queen. The palmer, water Scott, I open the door, some pity to show, keen blows the northern wind. The glen is wide with the drifting snow, and the path is hard to find. Outlaw seeks your castle gate from chasing king's deer, or even an outlaw's wretched state might claim possession here. A very palmer, worn and weak, a wonder for my sin, I open for a lady's sake, a pilgrim's blessing win. I give you pardons from the Pope, and relics from all the sea, if for these you will not ope, yet open for charity. The hare is crouching in a form, a heart beside the hind, an aged man amid the storm, no shelter can I find. Ye have a Ettrick silent roar, dark, deep, and strong as sea, and must ford the Ettrick hour, unless you pity me. The iron gate is bolted hard, at which I knock in vain. The owner's heart is close and bared, who hears me once complain. Farewell, farewell, and Mary grant, and old and frail you be, you never may the shelter want that's now denied to me. Andrew on his couch lay warm, and heard him plead in vain, and oft amid December's storm he'll hear that voice again. For lo, and through the vapours dank, moonshine on Ettrick fair, a corpse mid the elders rank, the palmer weltered there. I returned to Ulster, the wood is Scott. Once again, but a changed since my wanderings began, heard the deep voice of a Lagan and Ben, and the pines of Clan Brazil resounded to the roar, as the echoes of fair tomorrow. Alas, my poor bosom, my shouldst for burn, of scenes of my youth can in raptures return, can live with the life of delusion again, and float from these echoes first mixed with my strain. It was when that around me, for poor and unknown, high spells of mysterious enchantment were thrown. The streams were of silver, of diamond with dew, the land was an Eden, for fancy was new. I'd heard of our bards, my soul was on fire, and rush of their words and sweep of their lyre. To me it was not legend, nor tale to the ear, but a vision of noontide, distinguished and clear. Was she, too, a phantom, the maid who stood by and listened my lay, while she turned for mine eye? Was she, too, a vision, just glancing to you, when dispersed in the sunbeam, or melted dew? Or would it have been so, or would with her eye had been but a star glance that shot through the sky, and a voice that was moulded to melodies fill, had been but a fire that sighed and was still? Or would it have been so, not when this poor heart had learned the sad lesson to love and to part, to bear unassisted its burthen of care, and toiled for wealth I had no one to share? Not then had I said, when life's summer was done, and the hours of our autumn were fast speeding on, take the fame and riches you brought in your train, and restore me the dream of my springtide again. Rovers adieu, by Walter Scott. Very lot is wine, them hated very lot is wine, to pull the thorn were broad, to braid and press the roof for wine. A lightsome eye, a soldier's mien, a feather of the blue, a doublet of the Lincoln green, no more of me ye knew, my love. No more of me ye knew, this morn is merry June, a trove of roses budding fain, but she shall bloom in winter snow, and we two meet again. He turned his charger as he spake upon the river shore, he gave her bridle reins a shake, said, Adieu for evermore, my love, and adieu for evermore. The song of Harold Halfagger, by Walter Scott. The sun is rising dimly red, the wind is wailing low and dread. From his cliff the eagle sallies, leaves the wolf's darksome valleys. In the mist the ravens hoover, peep the wild dogs from the cover, screaming, croaking, bailing, yelling, each in his wild accents telling. Soon we feast on dead dying, fair Harold's flag is flying. Many a crest in air is streaming, many a helmet darkly gleaming, many an arm the axe uprears, doomed to hew the wood of spears. All around the crowded ranks, horses nigh and armor clanks, chiefs are shouting, clarions ringing, loudest still the bard is singing. Gather, footmen, gather, horsemen, to the field, here they lit Norsemen. Halt ye not for food or slumber, view not vantage, count not number. Jolly reapers forward still, grove crop on vale or hill. Thick or scattered, stiff for live, shall down before the skiff. Forward with your sickles bright, reap the harvest of the fight. Onward, footmen, onward, horsemen, to the charge, ye gallant Norsemen. Fatal choosers of a slaughter, o'er you Hoovers Odin's daughter. Hear the voice she spreads before ye, victory and wealth and glory. Old Valhalla's roaring hail, her ever-circling mead and ale, wherefore eternity unite, rejoiceth wasteland or fight. Headlong forward, foot and horsemen, charge and fight, and die like Norsemen. The Song of the Tempest, by Walter Scott. Stern eagle of the far northwest, Thou beest in the grasp of thunderbolt, thou whose rushing pinions the ocean to madness, thou the destroyer of herds, of the scatterer of navies. Amid the screams of a rage, amid the scream be loud as the cry of a perishing nation, the rushing of the wings be like the roar of 10,000 waves, yet here in thine ire, the haste, hear the voice of a Rimkenie. Thou hast met the pine trees to Thronfam, the dark green heaths lie prostrate beside their uprooted stems. Thou hast met the rider of the ocean, the tall, the strong bark of a fearless rover, and she has struck to thee the topsail, which she had not veiled to royal armada. Thou hast met the tower that bears its crest among the clouds, a battled massive tower of the Jarl of former days, the copestone of the turret is lying upon its hospitable hearth. And thou too shalt stop, proud compeller of clouds, or hearst the voice of a Rimkenna. There are verses that can stop the stag in the forest, and when the dark-coloured dog is opening on its track, there are verses that can make the wild hawk pause on the wing like a falcon's verse the hood and the jazzes. Who knows the shrill whistle of the fowler, thou who canst mock at the scream of a drowning marina, and the crash of a ravaged forest, and the groan of overwhelmed crowds, the church are fallen in the moment of prayer. The songs that the also must list, then they are chanted by the voice of Remkenna. And if thou hast wrought on the ocean, wouldst wring the hands on the beach, and if thou hast wrought on the land, a husbandman folds his arms in despair. Seest thou the waving of opinions, and the ocean repose in a dark strength? Keest thou the flashing of thine eye, and the thunderbolts sleep in the armada of Odin? Be thou still at my bidding, viewless race of northwestern heaven, sleep thou at the voice of Nora, Remkanie. Eagle of the far northwestern waters, hast heard the voice of Remkanie, hast closed the white sails at her bidding, and folded them in peace by thy side. A blessing beyond thy retiring path, thou stoopst from thy palace on high. Soft be thy slumbers of the caverns of the unknown ocean, rest till destiny shall again awaken thee. Eagle of the northwest, hast heard the voice of Remkanie. The troubadour, the water's god, glowing with love, on fire for fame, a troubadour that hated sore, beneath his lady's window came, whilst he sung his last good moral. My armed is my country's right, my heart is in my true love's bower. Gaily for love and fame to fight befits the gallant troubadour. But he marched with helm on head and harp in hand that Escan rung, as faithful to his favourite maid, the minstrel burden still he sung. My armed is my country's right, my heart is in my lady's bower. Resolved for love and fame to fight I come, a gallant troubadour. Even when the battle roar was deep, with dauntless heart he hewed his way, with splintering lance and falchion sweep, and still was heard his warrior lay. My life it is my country's right, my heart is in my lady's bower. For love to die, for fame to fight, becomes a valiant troubadour. Alas, upon the bloody field he fell beneath a foeman's glaive, but still reclining on his shield, expiring sung the exulting stave. My life it is my country's right, my heart is in my lady's bower. For love and fame to fall and fight becomes the valiant troubadour. The violet, the water's god, the violet in her greenwood bower, where birch and boughs of hazel mingle, may boast itself a fairest flower, in glen or copse of forest dingle. For fair her gems of azure hue, beneath the dewdrops await reclining, I've seen an eye of lovelier blue, more sweet through watery lustre shining. The summer sun where dew shall dry, ere yet the day be past its more, no longer in my false love's eye remained the tear of parting sorrow. To a lady with flowers from a Roman wall, the water's god. Take these flowers which, purple waving, on a ruined rampart grew, where the sons of freedom braving Rome's imperial standards flew. Warriors from the breath of danger pluck no longer laurels wear, they but hear the passing stranger wild flow wreaths her beauty's hair. To a lock of hair, the water's god, my hue at your pledge is pure and bright as in that well-remembered night, and first the mystic braid was wove, and first my Agnes whispered love. Since when how often hast thou pressed the torrid zone of his white breast, whose wrath and hate have sworn to dwell with the first sin that peopled hell, a breast whose blood's troubled ocean each throbbed the earthquake's wild commotion. How such climb thou canst endure, yet keep thy hue unstained and pure, what conquest o'er each erring thought of that fierce realm had Agnes wrought. I had not wandered far and wide with such an angel for my guide. No heaven nor earth could well reprove me if she had lived and lived to love me. Not when this world's wild joys had been to me one savage hunting scene. My sole delight the headlong race and frantic hurry of the chase, to start, pursue and bring to bay, rush in, wreck down and rend my prey, and from the carcass turn away. Mine earthful mood had sweetness tamed, and soothed each wound which pride inflamed. Yes, God and man might now approve me, if thou hadst lived and lived to love me. To an oak tree, the water Scott, emblem of England's ancient faith, where proudly may their branches wave. Already lies low in death, and Vela fills the timeless grave. Thou brave tenant of the tomb, repine not if our climb deny, above thine honoured sod to bloom the flowers of a milder sky. These overbirth to genial May, and if the fiercer sun repine, a winter storm decaying, can the worth be type of wine? Now from its domes of fate opposing, her eyes swelled the dauntless heart, and while despair the scene was closing, commenced the brief but brilliant part. As when thou sought'st on Elven's hill, when England's sun with strife resigned, a judged race resisting still and unsubdued, for unrefined. Thy depths o'er her heart no kindred wail, no holy kneel thy requiem rung. The mourners with a play-eyed gale, thy dirge clamorous pibroch sung. Who in fortune's summer shine, to waste life's long term away, would change with glorious dawn of wine, would darken earth's noontide day. Bewine the tree whose dauntless boughs brave summer's drought and winter's gloom, room bound with our compatriots' brows, as alien shadows Wogan's tomb. Twist ye, twine ye, the water Scott. Twist ye, twine ye, even so mingle shades of joy and woe, hope and fear and peace and strife in the thread of human life. The mystic twist is spinning, and the infant's life beginning, dimly seen for twilight bending low, what varied shapes attending. Passion wild and folly's vain, pleasure soon exchanged for pain, downed in jealousy and fear, and the magic dance appear. Lover backs, and now they dwindle, whirling with the whirling spindle. Twist ye, twine ye, even so mingle human bliss and woe. Verses found in Boffel's pocket-book by Walter Scott. By you, a dear pledge, is pure and bright, as in the well-remembered night, when first the mystic braid was wove, and first my Agnes whispered love. And Sven often hast for pressed the toy zone of his white breast, whose wrath and hate have sworn to wealth of first sin that peopled hell. A breast whose blood's a troubled ocean, each throb the earthquake's wild commotion. Of such climb thou canst endure, yet keep for hue unstained and pure, or conquest, or each erring fort of the fierce realm had Agnes wrought. Had not wandered far and wide as such an angel for my guide. No heaven nor earth could then reprove me, if she had lived and lived to love me. Not when this world's white joys had been to me one savage hunting scene, with soul delight of a headlong race and frantic hurry of a chase, to start, pursue, and bring to bay, rush in, drag out, and rend my prey. Fenja from the carcass turn away, when earthful mood had sweetness tamed, and soothed each wound which pride inflamed. Yes, God and man might now reprove me, if thou hadst lived and lived to love me. Wandering Willie, by Walter Scott. All joy was bereft me the day that you left me, and climbed the tall vessel to sail yon white sea. For woe betided, I would not beside it, and bended for parting my Willie and me. Far away fast were followed by fortune, oft fought with squadrons of France and of Spain. A kiss of welcome's worth 20 at parting, now I had gotten my Willie again. In the sky it was murk, and the winds were bewailing. I sat on the beach, with a tear in my eye, and thought over the bark where my Willie was sailing, and wished that a tempest could have blown me. Now that thy gallant ship rides at her mooring, now that my wanderers in safety at home, music to me, where the wildest winds were roaring, at o'er each quay drove the dark ocean fell. And the lights they did blaze, and the guns they did rattle, and blithe was each heart for a great victory. In secret I wept for the dangers of battle, and thy glory itself was sacred comfort to me. But now should what tell, while I eagerly listen, of each bold adventure and every brave scar. And trust me, I'll smile, for my e'en they may glisten, for sweet after dangers the tale of a war. And oh, how we dote, when there's distance between lovers, and there's nothing to speak to the heart through the eye. Often the kindest and warmest proof rovers, and the love of faithfulest ebbs like the sea, till at times, God help it, I pinned and I pondered if love could change notes like the bird on the tree. Now I ne'er ask if thine eyes may have wandered, enough thy little heart has been constant to me. Welcome from sweeping or seeing through channel, hardships and danger despising for fame, furnishing story for glory's bright annal. Welcome, my wanderer, to genuine hame. Enough know thy story and annal of glory, as summit the pride of France, Holland, and Spain. No more should thou grieve me, no more should thou leave me, I never will part with my Willie again. Waverley, by Walter Scott. Late, when the autumn evening fell on Mirkwood, most romantic day the lake returned in chest and gleam, the purple cloud, the golden beam, flecked in the crystal pool, headland and bank lay fair and cool. Velvet-tinted rock and tower, each dropping tree, each fairy flower, so true, so soft, the mirror gave, as if there lay beneath the wave, secure from trouble, toil, and care, a world, an earthly world, more fair. But distant winds began to wake, and rose the genius of the lake. He heard the groaning of the oak, and donned at once a sable cloak, as warrior at the battle cry, and vested him with his panoply, when as the whirlwind near pressed, again to shake his foamy crest. Of furrowed brow and back and cheek can bade his surging thunder speak, and wild and broken eddies whirled, flitted that fond ideal world, and to the shore and humble tossed the realms of hell bliss were lost. Yet with a stern delight and strange, I saw the spirit's stirring change, as thwart the wind wave and wood upon the ruined tower I stood, and felt my heart more strongly bound, responsive to the lofty sound, for joining in the mighty roar, I mourned the tranquil scene no more. Some of the idle dreams of youth breaks the loud trumpet call of truth, which each fair vision passed away, like a landscape on the lake that lay, as fair, as flitting, and as frail, as that which fled the autumn gale. Forever dead to fancy's eye be each gay form that glided by, while dreams of love and ladies' charms give place to honour and to arms.
Where shall the lover rest? By Walter Scott. Where shall the lover rest, whom the fates ever of a true maiden's breast parted forever? Where through grove, dapes, and highs sounds of fair billow, the early violets die under a willow, soft shall be his pillow. Where through the summer day good streams are laving, where while the tempests sway scarce are boards waving, where by rest shall woe take, parted forever, never again to wake, never or never, never or never. Where shall the traitor rest, he the deceiver, who could win maiden's breast, ruin and leave her, in the lost battle borne down by the flying, a mingled swords rattle with groans of the dying, where shall he be lying? Her wings shall the eagle flap over the false-hearted, his warm blood a wolf shall lap, where alive he parched. Shame and dishonour sit by his grave ever, blessing shall hallow it, never or never, never or never.
Why sit'st thou by that ruined hall, by Walter Scott? Why sit'st thou by that ruined hall, where each carl so stern and grey, dost thou its former pride recall, ponder how it passed away? Know'st thou not me? The deep voice cried, so long enjoyed, so oft misused, still turned in their fickle pride, desire neglected and accused. Before my breath, like blazing flags, man and his marvels pass away, and changing empires wane and wax, are founded, flourish, and decay. Redeem mine hours, the space is brief, while in my glass the sand grains shiver, and measureless my joy or grief, and time and vow shall part forever.